Good afternoon, yogis. It is such an honor to be here and share another yoga practice with you today. Today is going to be about, just as usual, kind of relaxing, balancing, and harmonizing your being, because centeredness and being connected to yourself is so important to not only connect to the world, but to stay on your own path and not allow distractions to kind of overload or burden us or overwhelm us, because we stay true to ourselves and we know what's most important, and even in very difficult situations we're able to return to that center, because it's much easier to find our way and path back when we continue to remind ourselves of where our path is and who we are inside. So with that being said, let's just start out by finding a comfortable seat. Sukhasana. Maybe you find your sit bones and find a little wiggle, drawing up through the crown tall. Let your shoulders relax and be soft and heavy. If you notice any sounds in the background, I hope they're not too distracting. It's a little bit of a sound healing, a little bit of a shake up, a little bit of a release. Music can at times be a way to guide us or journey us back to, or not even back, but journey us to another sense or state of being or mind. Allowing the sound to keep your awareness and focus in the present moment. Finding your breath as you draw in through the nose, feeling that cool air draw in, up, and then deep down, filling out into your belly like a big balloon. Feeling that sense of expansion and spaciousness. And on the exhale, feel the release of the warm air drawing out through the mouth. Maybe your belly button draws in, maybe your body begins to soften or relax. And then continue to follow your breath as you inhale. Feel your lungs expand, your chest expands. And then draw inward, releasing out through the mouth. One more breath here on an inhale. Drawing up tall, lengthening, opening, lifting, expanding. And exhale, drawing in, belly button maybe toward the spine, maybe the chin draws toward the chest, drawing a little more inward, sinking, deepening. On your next inhale, draw your gaze up, arms come out wide. Let's draw the arms up, 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 up. Gaze comes up. Exhale, press the arms out and down. Maybe the hands find the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up, draw up. Nice and slow. Let this be a full inhale. Feel the fingertips reach toward the sky. Maybe the gaze draws forward. Shoulders are in normal place as the fingertips reach, reach, reach. Exhale, let's press the palms down. Maybe the chin draws down, gaze draws down. Maybe the belly button draws toward the spine. Check in. Coming back toward yourself, your inner awareness. Maybe you open up a little bit in the back body if you'd like, as you round into the shoulders, as the belly button draws in. Crown toward the floor. Back of the neck, cervical spine is long and stretched. Next, inhale, press into the sit bones. Inhale, begin to lift tall as we lift up again. Palms draw up. Maybe press those ribs up, 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 up. Press those wrists up, 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 up. Exhale, we're going to press the wrists out and away. Get a nice stretch out. Feel that space between both points. Exhale, bring the fingertips down toward the earth. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up. Maybe we even draw the fingertips up to touch. It's kind of hard to find, so see if you can find your fingers to tap. And then exhale, press the fingers down. As we draw down, find the floor. Find your connection. Find your breath. Finding the floor here, we'll flip the palms out, draw the palms back up here one more time. Big inhale, pressing palm to palm. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Ooh, little itch. Gaze toward the top of the fingertips. As we press the palms in toward each other, bring your awareness back to your center, feeling like you're hugging in throughout the body. Pressing your sit bones down and into the floor, rooting in as you draw the crown up. Finding your inhale as you draw the cool air in through the nose. And exhale, warm air out the mouth. On your next inhale, let's release the arms, sweep the arms up, up, up. Exhale, we're going to bring the left arm down to the floor. I'm sorry, the left palm down to the floor. Bend into that elbow. Sweep the right arm up and over. We don't want to draw in. We want to draw open, lift. You can bend into the elbow if it's just a little much for you. You might even press into the floor. Draw yourself back up. Take a good look here at your palm as you bring your gaze over. Nice stretch in the neck. Inhale, we'll draw back up. Gaze comes center. Exhale, reach out. Stretch. And if it's too much out, up and over, maybe you press forward and down. Just get that nice side body stretch. Maybe opening and lifting into that elbow, and exhale, reaching back up. Go ahead and bring your gaze over, find your palm. Let's do that twice more with your own breath. Inhale up, reach over. Exhale, dip. Inhale back up. Find your gaze in your palm. And then back over. Great. On your next inhale, come back, center, bring this right palm down. Find your fingers to the floor. Let your shoulders soften and relax. Come back to your breath, your center. See if you feel any difference in the sensation between the right and left side. On your next inhale, let's sweep the palms back up, arms come up, maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, we're going to bring the right arm down now, palm to the earth. As we draw the left arm up and over, maybe you bend into that elbow down toward the floor to take a little more depth here. Really connect to that side body stretch as you draw in through the nose. Maybe on an exhale, you press into the earth, lift your body up, use the core, use your body, draw your gaze over toward the other shoulder, looking at your palm as you bend into the elbow, coming into cactus. Inhale, sweep up and over, or maybe press down and forward. Perhaps you draw back a little, maybe you bring your gaze toward your elbow in the sky, pressing back up, lifting back up, gaze finds again your palm. One last time, following your breath. And inhale back up. Exhale, find your fingertips to the floor. Feel your shoulders here. Relax and soften. Sink a little bit into your seat. Find your breath. Go ahead and sweep your arms up. Find your fingertips to your shoulders. Let's see if we can sweep the elbows forward and then open and lift the heart. Maybe the gaze draws up or just stays center. Inhale, follow your breath as you open. Maybe the gaze draws in as elbows draw in, and then open and lift out wide and strong. Follow your breath, inhale, open, and you can make this less dramatic if that's what calls for you in your body today. And last one, we'll go ahead and draw back forward, just opening into the body, inviting a little bit of movement and circulation, inviting some lymph flow. And then exhale, drop the shoulders. Let's take a few cat-cows. So let's bring the hands to the thighs, the knees. Draw in. Maybe you actually crisscross. This always works for me. I'll crisscross here just to draw it, opening into the back body a little more as we draw the chin toward the belly button toward the spine. Stay here for just one breath, sinking in, sinking deep. As you inhale, press into the earth with your sit bones. As you draw up, open and lift the heart, cactus arms. Exhale, we're going to crisscross again, opposite crisscross. Go ahead and draw back inward, rounding the shoulders, chin toward the chest, belly button to spine, and then sink. Opening the back body, finding your breath. On your next inhale, go ahead and sweep up, open and lift. Drawing the heart up, palms open, almost like a surrender release. Great. On your next exhale, we'll swoop back forward here, crisscross. This time, relax the shoulders down just a little bit so you can shake the head no. And shake the head yes. Inhale, draw up. See if you need to tend to yourself in any way. Grab a drink. I'm definitely real and human in my videos, so there'll be mistakes. I probably won't, well, maybe one day I'll go back and edit, but I'll drink and I'll honor my body because that's what yoga is about. Okay, because we're not really here to be perfect. We're here to actually let ourselves make a mess, make a mistake, and then learn how to forgive. And I'm definitely still working on that, and I'm not even sure I have any sort of answer as far as that goes, because I tend to strive more toward perfection and have to work on that consistent reminder of surrender, of letting go, of finding that true center, and then just operating from there and trusting the rest. So that's what yoga is all about for me. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. So let's bring our left foot into our right thigh, bring our right leg out wide. Okay, find those sit bones to the earth, sit up tall. And then we're going to see if we're going to, with our right leg out long, see if you can bring your right arm kind of in front of your leg. Draw yourself out long. And once you find yourself reaching as far as you can go in a comfortable position, we're going to swoop or sweep the other arm up and over. And we're going to press down. Find the fingertips reaching toward the toes. Maybe you tuck the chin down. Inhale, sweep back up. Exhale, come into a little twist. Maybe you bring your other arm across the body, twisting over. Relax into the shoulders, draw the crown up tall. Find a big inhale here. Don't be afraid to breathe. You can feel free to stay here. Or if you'd like, on an inhale, draw up tall, and exhale, leading with the heart, draw a little deeper into that twist. And then on your exhale, when you release this position, you have the opportunity to take a big morning stretch here. So you might press into the earth with your palm. You might bring your weight forward into that front thigh, knee, leg. You might lift and press your hips up toward the sky. Find that long leg, foot down into the earth. Pressing into your palm, draw yourself back, open and lift your heart. Maybe you come into a cactus on that back arm. You can't really see me. Maybe I'll take a different position next time. But go ahead and pause here, see what this feels like. Maybe take a big release down and then press back up, open and lift the heart. Find that. Maybe you find your palm again. Go ahead and see your gaze in your palm. Hold here, big smile. And then exhale, come back down. We'll find the earth. Take a little pause. Maybe you walk your little paws out forward. Keep that bum on the floor. Find your palms to the earth, or maybe you tent your fingertips. Then we're going to draw or tuck the chin, long spine, look down to the earth for this half forward fold. Relax into the shoulders, the jaw, and the brow. Inhale, come up and lift, fill up, and maybe exhale, you find yourself a little deeper, coming onto your palms or forearms, relaxing forward, maybe rounding the crown down toward the earth, tuck that chin in and down. Inhale expands the space between the shoulder blades and the spine. Exhale sinks us deeper into our stretch. On your next inhale, we'll press and lift back up. Go ahead and walk yourself back. Take a little pause. See how you feel. Relax into your shoulders. Come back to your breath. Great. We're going to bring that left leg out wide, wide leg fold here. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms come up, maybe the fingertips reach, reach, reach. Exhale out wide, life force reach. Maybe you life force reach and then sink a little bit. Maybe your pinkies find the floor, maybe not. Keep that core nice and strong. Inhale up, exhale out wide. Inhale up. Exhale down. Maybe you find yourself in a cactus. Open and lift the heart. Gaze draws up. Let's see if we can find our fingertips toward the floor. Press those thumbs into the earth. The fingertips draw back toward the back end of the room. Open and lift the heart. Draw the shoulders back. Maybe lift the chin. Maybe lift the chest. Woo. Exhale, release that hold. Draw back forward. Hands find the floor. Maybe rock side to side. And then back to center. Great, let's do the other one. So we'll bring that right foot into that left thigh for that half butterfly pose. We'll bring our left hand down our left long leg. We'll find a little stopping point here. And when you find a point where you reach as far as you can go, we're going to sweep or swoop the other arm all the way up, up, up. Exhale, press down, reaching toward the toes. Sinking in, look down, tuck the chin. Another side body stretch, just taking it deeper, fuller, longer. Find your breath here. On your next inhale, sweep all the way up, 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 and find yourself bringing that hand from the sky all the way back, diagonal from the hip, other hand in front, crosses over. You'll find yourself in a twist. Press into the earth and draw your crown up tall, relaxing into the shoulders. Finding your inhale as you draw the cool air in through the nose. And follow your exhale as the warm air releases from the mouth. On your next inhale, you might draw up tall. On the exhale, lead with the heart. Take a big, deep stretch back. If you'd like, or stay where you are, your gaze might follow. And then coming from this position, I'm going to change positions so that you can see what I'm doing. Let me see if this way would work better. But you don't have to change positions, obviously. This is from the other way, so you're seeing from the back side. And I'm going to press into the earth with my back palm here. Bring my weight forward into that front knee or thigh. Lift my hips as I press my long leg foot into the earth. Draw the upper arm all the way back. Bend into that elbow. Find your gaze again. New perspective. Sweep down, maybe drawing those hips back down toward the earth, finding a landing, and then pressing back up one more time. Sweep, open, and lift. Find your gaze one last time. Press, lift, open, smile. A reminder of who you are. And exhale, go ahead and release all the way back down. Go ahead and shift position. We're going to find ourselves in tabletop. So let's find our palms underneath our shoulders. Our knees underneath our hips. And we'll start with just a few basic cat-cows. So pressing your hands, you're really gripping into the mat with all parts of your hand, knuckles, palms, wrists. Pressing in, knees underneath the hips, drawing long, crown to tailbone. Go ahead, once you find that stable positioning, we'll begin to incorporate some movement to warm up into the spine and find some flexion extension. Maybe, actually, let's start with the side bend. We've done a few sides, but I'm really enjoying that. So let's just start with drawing our gaze toward and back toward our right hip. So you're opening into the left side body. And then exhale, draw over, gaze over toward the other hip. Inhale, sweep over. Exhale, bring the gaze opposite hip. Inhale and exhale over. Go ahead and find center. We'll tuck and draw the chin inward. Tailbone follows as you draw in. Crown towards the mat. Belly button toward the spine. Pressing into the earth and rounding into the back. Feel free to add any wiggles, any sways, any rocks that feel good for you and your body. Inhale, draw your gaze up. Shoulders back. Lift and open your heart. Following your own flow, your own breath, your own pattern, your own depth. Rocking forward and back. Maybe you press back into a child's pose, bending into your elbows, finding your forearms down to the mat, bringing the forehead down. Maybe not, check in. You might inhale back up, draw yourself back up, open and lift the heart, shoulders draw back. So we're just taking this cat-cow and taking a little deeper. Maybe you bend into the elbows as you draw them in. Maybe you find the forearms toward the earth, belly button to spine as your chin draws in and crown tries to find the floor. Inhale, kind of swoop or sweep back up as we open and lift the heart, shoulders draw back, maybe a little wiggle or wag in the tail. Exhale, round back inward, pressing back, bending into the elbows. Let's stay here in our child's pose, bringing the hands down either side of the body, opening into the back. Let yourself sink. Keeping your awareness on the weight against the earth and your breath as you draw in through the nose and out through the mouth. On your next inhale, let's see if we can bring the hands to hook thumbs behind our back. Take a little pause there. Then we're going to begin to bring our awareness into our knees, our shins. We're going to press in as we lift our forehead off of the mat. My hair is going everywhere. Might end up getting a hair tie, but let's see if we can lift, pressing into the earth yet again as we lift up tall. Maybe you can release the arms out wide, sweeping or swooping all the way up. Give yourself just a minute. Come all the way up. And then exhale, let's sweep the arms down. We'll bring the hands to hook behind and we'll find our way down. Forehead draws down toward the earth, belly button toward the spine, tucking back in. Maybe the chin toward the chest. Inhale, we'll press into the earth to come all the way up. So find that equal opposition. As we press down and in, we sweep up. Maybe the palms touch and hips draw forward, taking a little bit of a back bend. Maybe the triceps come around the ears. Take this as big or as relaxed and gentle as you'd like. Just find your breath and find your flow. Two more cycles wherever you are. Follow your breath as you inhale up. Inviting those life-giving energy, vitality, longevity throughout your whole body, and then sink all the way down, relaxing, releasing, surrendering, letting go. Last one wherever you are. And then palm to palm, we'll bring the hands back down toward the heart, sink the hips toward the heels. Take a pause and a breath here. And if you hear that drum in the background, that beat, notice how we keep coming back to that same rhythm, that same pattern, the beat of our own drum. There's other distractions, other noises, other voices, but we remember the truth of who we are. And maybe we can set that as our sankalpa today, our intention for our practice, to stay true to ourselves and our path, and let that be our focus, our direction. On your next inhale, we'll sweep up. Give yourself just a moment to kind of find your breath. I'm going to grab something to put under my knees for a cushion and grab a hair tie. Stay paused here. I'll be right back. Okay, so get your little mat or cushion underneath your knees. I'll go ahead and face you all. Whew, that was close. Okay, so go ahead and find what's comfortable. I'm going to tuck my shirt in. We're going to have both knees to the mat, but let's go ahead and bring our one leg out long. So go ahead and find a long leg here on that right side. We're going to bring that left arm out, sweep it all the way up. Find your inhale as you draw up. And on the exhale, find that side bend like we did earlier, but find that side bend. And as you find that side bend, bring that right hand down the right leg and sink into your gate pose. Find that your awareness down that left side of the body. Maybe you draw your gaze up as you draw the elbow back. Maybe you find the fingertip in the sky. Exhale, sweep back up. Let that left arm come down. Maybe bring that right ear to the right shoulder and let that left arm hang loose. Maybe a couple wiggles in the wrist. A couple circles or sweeps. Very good. Inhale, we'll bring the gaze back up, head back up center. Exhale, we'll find the palms to the earth. Let that right leg stay long. Let that right leg stay long. Palms to the earth. Bring your gaze down, tuck the chin, pressing into the earth as you kind of press up and long. And if you want to take this just a little deeper, see if you can curl into those back toes here behind you, and then sink your hips back toward your heels as you draw in. Maybe the chin draws in toward the chest, or maybe the crown toward the floor. Just see how deep you can go. Find your inhale here. Find your exhale. On your next inhale, we'll press back up. Go ahead and bring that right knee in to meet the left. Kind of left into your knees, giving the other one a little relief. And then we'll come up here on this other side. So coming back up onto our knees, we'll bring the left leg out long. Maybe you'll find yourself in a little bit different of a position. So check in, see how you feel. That's always most important. We're going to go ahead and bring our left hand on our left long leg. We're going to sweep on an inhale, nice, long, deep inhale as we draw the right arm up. And as we sweep that right arm up and over, maybe you bend into the elbow to make it a little more accessible. You can draw or glide that left hand all the way down your leg for your gate pose. Finding your breath, that side body stretch. Feel that nice long stretch in that inner thigh too. And as you inhale, maybe you inhale, sweep that elbow up, look up, check it out. Exhale, draw yourself back up tall. Sweep that right arm down nice and loose. We'll bring that left ear to the left shoulder, let that right arm hang, maybe a little wiggle into the wrists. Find your breath and that connection to the earth, your feet, knees touching the floor. Maybe a little sweep or swoop of that right hand and a rock forward and back. This is a nice release in the joints too, nice stretch in the neck. And while this is happening, there's so much more happening. Inhale, draw your gaze up. Exhale, we'll find our hands to the floor. Whew, I got to take a little pressure off my knee because I've had some knee injuries in the past, so always honor yourself first and foremost. See what you need, check in, and if you need to tap out for a second, tap out and come back in when you're ready. So we'll pause here with the leg long out to the left. Press into the earth, lift your crown long away from your tailbone, and feel that nice stretch in the inner thigh again. We'll curl into the toes behind us, the back toes, and press back, hips toward the heels, deepening into the stretch, relaxing the chin inward. Come back to your inhale. And draw yourself back up. Left leg comes in to meet the right. Draw back into a little child's pose. Take a pause, take a breath. Inhale, press and lift up. I'm going to turn around so that you can see a different perspective because we're going to come back up onto our knees, but for you to see what I'm doing, I need to be in a different position. So you're facing me, obviously, but I'm facing behind so that you can just see the perspective. I'm going to inhale, draw myself up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, sweep my arms up toward the sky. Exhale, alternate reach. Reach left arm back, right arm forward. Start here. You can bring your pelvis with you if you're on this twist. Go ahead. So your gaze is reaching, your gaze is looking past your back hand. That front arm that's reaching, go ahead and lift it up toward the sky. You can't see it, I'll sit down. You don't have to sit, but I'll do it this way. So this is how it is. This is better, right? So we were here, and now I'm drawing that front arm up. The back arm is still back, but we're going to flip the palm up toward the sky. Draw those hips forward slightly. I know you can't see my fingers in the sky, but they're up there. Go ahead and bring your gaze past your fingertips behind you. Find your breath, and maybe on the exhale, you can begin to sink those back fingertips down toward the earth little by little. Maybe you find or touch your heel. Maybe you can grab onto your heel, find your camel. Maybe not, maybe you're here. Go ahead and exhale back up. Whenever you're ready, whenever you need it, come back center, palm to palm. Exhale, hands to heart, hips to heels, shoulders soft. Return to your breath, your center. The beat of your own drum. The rhythm of your own breath. On your next inhale, go ahead and draw yourself up. Exhale, hands down either side, shake it out. Woo! Yeah, that feels good. Then we're going to inhale, sweep the arm up. Exhale, alternate reach, same thing, other side, reaching the left arm forward, right arm reaches behind us. You can bring those hips back with you if you want to. So we're already getting a nice little twist here. You can feel that nice twist. We're just going to take it up a notch, or just not really take it up a notch, but just change it up a notch. So we'll lift that front arm up toward the sky, fingers reach up. And the back gaze and focus is going to be reaching back toward that back hand. Palm draws up like you're holding a serving tray. Pause here. Some people do like to keep their hips forward. I do notice myself wanting that stability to draw my hip forward. You can do that, but for some, this twisting position can be tough if they don't bring their pelvis with them. So just check in with your own body, and on your next exhale, begin to, I'm losing my position here. On your next exhale, begin to sweep your back fingertips down toward the earth. As you're doing this, your upper hand and body sinking, and even your heart drawing up to accommodate this. The back fingertips might barely graze the top of your heel. Maybe you can grab onto the heel and come into that camel. See what works for you in your body. On your next inhale, just sweep yourself back up, back center, palm to palm. Exhale, hands to heart, hips to heels. Let's bring our arms all the way back behind us. Sink down into a child's pose. Find your chin toward your chest. Let that lower back open, stretch. Back body, find release. Let it go. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths following on your inhale. And your exhale. On your next inhale, let's come back up. We'll have our hands to our thighs just to check back in. We're a little bit on the knees today, so we really want to just stay aware of how our body's feeling. And if the knees doesn't work, you can come onto your feet, and you can do a lot in a chair without having to truly come down to the floor. So let's see if we can come back up onto our knees. We'll bring our, I'm going to come back just a little. I'm going to bring my right leg forward. Just creep those toes up just a little bit, have my left leg down. And I might do a low lunge. I was feeling it today until my knee found the floor. Let's check that out again with a little more cushion. Yeah, that's better. Find yourself a little more cushion. We're going to see if we can bring both hands to that thigh. Find that stability and support as you press and grip into the earth with that front foot. Draw those hips forward, sit up tall, crown up. Find your stability. We're going to keep that right hand on that right leg for our support and sweep our left arm up. Inhale, draw up tall. Exhale, sink the hips forward and down. Inhale, bring the arm down to either, or down to your left side. Inhale, sweep up, sink in, draw up, maybe gaze follows. Exhale, back down. Last one, inhale, sweep up, draw forward. Nice stretch in that hip flexor here. Exhale, back. See if you might draw your hips toward your hip, or your hips toward your heel. And then draw back and sink. I like to sink a little bit. Some people are up a little higher, but just see if you can get this leg nice and long. You might even sink forward and into this stretch. See how your body feels. Inhale, we'll draw up, back forward, press and lift, and then find ourselves back into our neutral position. We're going to find a Tadasana here with our knees. So you can have the feet pressing down. I like having the grip of my toes for a little more support. You can press into the earth as you draw up tall. And let's just take a moment to kind of recenter. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up. And exhale, palm to palm, hips find the heels. Inhale, sweep up. Maybe again you can find that little back bend, triceps around the ears, hips draw forward. Exhale, hips to heels, relax into the shoulders. One more time here, inhale up, palm to palm. Exhale down. Whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and do the other side. So coming back up off the heels here, we'll bring that left leg forward. Whatever you'd like to do with that back foot, I like to hook my toes. I kind of draw my foot forward a little bit on this front leg, but check in. We'll bring both hands here to start. And this might be where you are today. Just check in. This might be your maximum, and that's okay. Come back to your breath. We're going to keep our left arm there. Right hand's going to be free. So on the next inhale, we're going to sweep up. And on the exhale, sink those hips forward. And then exhale back down, sweeping the right arm back. Inhale up tall. Exhale, lean in. Just a little. Exhale back. Inhale up tall. Exhale, sink in. And then back. Let's see if you can bring that right arm down. And if it's available, maybe you can walk yourself back a little bit. I have to watch my knees. I've had some surgery, like I said. But just check into your own body. You might be able to take this stretch. It might feel good for you. Find a comfortable position with your hands and your support. See if you can get a stretch in here if it works. Great. Whew. Wonderful. Well done. And now we're going to find ourselves onto our backs. So go ahead and find yourself all the way down to the earth, coming all the way down to the floor. Take just a minute to draw your knees up and back toward you. If it feels good, kind of relaxing to the shoulders, bend into the elbows. Chin is kind of sinking down and in. Release into that lower back and find your breath. Maybe a little rock side to side. Maybe you can take some circles into the knees with both knees together, kind of line come out wide and back in. Feel that nice pressure on the back. And just play, explore, give yourself a moment to scribble outside the lines. I really love in my classes to allow people to just do something of their own. And that can be intimidating for some, and it has been for me in the past, but I think it's a really great way of challenging ourselves to explore our own identity, our own needs, our own body. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and bring the hands behind the knees, maybe down toward the thighs here. Sweep the legs up, maybe rocking the feet forward and back. Maybe you take some circles into the ankles. You might find some space between the legs. Remember to relax into those shoulders. I have to remind myself to get soft in the upper body. Find your breath here. And this action with the legs up like this is great for our lymphatic circulation, our heart circulation. We're getting all kinds of goodness here just being in this position. Reversing gravity a little bit, changing up the pattern. And coming back to our sense of equilibrium. Great. Whenever you're ready, see if you can draw the legs apart from each other just a little bit. Get wide here in your stance, just bringing the legs apart. Feel that inner thigh stretch. And then exhale, bring the knees toward each other. We'll bend into the knees. We'll find the feet to the floor. Let's bring both hands to either side onto the earth. Press in with both feet. Maybe you find your feet to the floor, do a little tap, and then you'll find your shoulders, do a little wiggle, press into the earth with the feet and the palms, lift the hips up, chin toward the chest, lift, lift, lift. Back body engaged, stay here for a breath. Exhale, release the hips down toward the earth, drawing the knees back and up toward the belly. Maybe you draw the nose toward the knees, come into a little ball here, nice deep stretch. And exhale, press the feet into the earth. Let's lift back up into our bridge. Maybe you kind of walk your shoulders underneath if you need a little more oomph. Go ahead and press and lift up, up, up. Inhale here. This isn't the most attractive pose, I'll say that. Exhale down. One last time, draw the knees back. Find your chin toward your chest, coming into a little ball. Woo! And back to the floor. See if you'd like to rock the knees side to side. Maybe the arms are into a Y shape. And actually, let's take just a moment here. Allow the knees to come over to that right side, maybe onto a block or onto the earth. See if the gaze can look the opposite way. Let yourself return to your pattern, your rhythm, your breath, your body. Feel that opening and lifting into the area in the armpit and the chest and out through the arm, and that opening on the side of the body into the hip. Continue to follow your breath. Let's inhale back center. Exhale over other way. Gaze draws out the other way. Knees drop down the other side. Back into your twist. Relax into your upper body and return to your breath. Let your fingers be soft and your shoulders relax and your body try to just let loose here. 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, draw back in, back to center. A couple more things here before we close. Let's kind of find our hips, maybe a little shimmy, find where they feel neutral, press into the earth with both feet, and then just that left side so we can draw the right leg up and back. Maybe we can lift it up toward the sky. Then we bring our full gaze and attention to that right side. Bring our right hand to hold on to that right thigh. check in, and then see if you can draw that leg back and up toward you. You might have a soft bend in that knee. That's great. Just relax into the shoulders and feel that tug, that little gentle pull. And then find your breath. Maybe your other hand is resting on your belly and you're feeling your breath as you draw in and out with your stretch, with your breath, with your body. See if you can exhale, release that hold as you draw the leg back neutral. And then we'll see if we can draw it out wide, away from the center line. The other foot is pressed into the earth to keep our stability intact. Just see how far you can go. We're just checking in right now. So that, this elbow can work to find a little platform if that helps. But we'll just pause here. Find your breath here. Next inhale, go ahead and draw back to center. You'll use your core, you'll use your body, all the things to draw the leg back in toward center line. We're going to see if we can use the other hand on the other side across the body, hold on to the inside of that right leg now, and help that leg, other arm comes down for support here. And then we're going to just cross over that center line toward the other side of the body and just see how it feels. Inhale back up. Woo, very nice. Exhale, press that heel up to the sky if you can. Engage into that thigh. And then let that leg draw all the way down. See if you can point the toes in that right leg. Reach the right arm up above the head. Reach, reach, reach. Get long. Kind of taking a counter pose to all that crunching and stretching. And then exhale back in. Woo. And right foot finds the floor. Maybe you kind of open into the knees or take a little rock side to side. Now we'll find that right foot into the earth as we lift the left leg back and up. Left hand finds the outside of the left thigh. We'll take a pause, bring our gaze to that foot or that leg. Awareness and focus is on one place. What's great about yoga that makes it different from every other exercise is that all your concentration is in one particular place. We're not leaving the room, we're not reading a magazine, or even really listening to words or songs and getting into the emotion of that. We're really present with the exact spirit experience that we're in and the exact aspect of our experience that we're in. And I read once that concentration is loving absorption. So taking that moment, that time to connect with one thing at a time, bringing your attention there only, is actually a way of showing pure love and attention. So bring that into your life, into your body, into your practice. Go ahead and inhale, draw that leg back and up toward you. You might even use your other hand if you want. Feel that stretch. Ooh. Exhale, release that hold whenever you're ready. I didn't really want to hold it there that long, maybe because I had it up a little too long before that. Go ahead and whenever you're ready, we'll drop back center neutral and then exhale, let the leg come out wide for the left side of the room. Just see if you can find that opening into the thigh. I believe this is called abduction. Abduction. But don't quote me here. When I get in yogi mindset, I'm not in the intellect, I'm in the heart space. Exhale, we'll bring the leg back to center line. So this is adduction. Maybe it's adduction, who knows. At this point, what does it matter? We're going to bring the right hand across the body to the left inner thigh. We're going to cross over that knee here on that side and keep those hips down to the floor here. Keep that left hand down to keep your position. Find your breath and then exhale back to center. Flex that heel up toward the sky. Nice engagement. You don't have to lock into the knee. Just draw it down toward the floor, nice and controlled. Once you find that landing point, take a little pause. Relax into the body. And then inhale, point the toes on the left side as you reach the left arm up long. Reach and stretch, left side body stretch. Inhale. And then exhale back to center. Go ahead and release the knees open, maybe a little rock side to side. Maybe you bring the knees up and back and rock side to side, or maybe you do something completely different. And you might circle the knees inward and out, inward and out. Sometimes it's like a lullaby, like rocking your body to sleep, and not into real sleep, but just into that centered, neutral state of mind and being. Relaxed presence. Finding your breath. Let's take this just a little steeper here. I'm going to scoot my mat. So we're going to come back, pressing in with the left foot. Inhale, right leg comes back up. We're going to take that position a little deeper. Let's see if we can bring right hand around the right leg, draw it back. Maybe you can come up above the knee a little bit so you can come a little deeper, a little further. As you press in with that other foot, you might have a little more support there. You might even engage into the core and draw yourself up toward your leg, almost like you're walking up. Hold. Again, it's not pretty, but it does feel nice. See how close you can get to your leg. Feel that nice deep stretch. Or maybe you're just drawing it up and back. That's okay. Breathe. And then maybe we walk back down. Nice. Back to neutral. Big inhale, exhale. Let's see how wide we can get. Maybe you find that right elbow to the floor for support so you can bring it as wide as you can. Pardon my foot in the camera here. I'll move it down. We'll stay for a breath and then exhale back in. And this is kind of the tricky part. So bring the other foot out, other leg out long. That left side comes long so that we have the room to bring this right leg all the way across center line, across the whole body, and maybe toward the other side of the floor. You might even touch the floor, but we're just going to check in. We're going to take it slow. So I'm going to scoot myself over so that I can cross. You're going to bring your other arm now. Your other arm's going to cross the body to take this leg all the way as far as it can go. You might have it bend into the knee. And just see how far you can go. Play with this. Of course, I have a door in my way. So I'm going to pause where I can and take a pause there. See how that feels. If it's a little too deep, you can come back in. Find your breath. And on your next inhale, we'll kind of turn back in. Use your hands for the support that you need. And then begin to bring your leg back to center. See if you need to rock side to side, whatever feels good for your body. Maybe you can even come out, actually, bring your feet out wide toward the edges of the mat and just rock the knees over to one side. And then inward and back over toward the other side. Maybe the gaze comes the opposite way. Inhale up and exhale over. And we'll take one more cycle following your breath either way, either side, one more time. Bring gaze back to center, hips to center, heel toe the feet back into center. Find your neutral central position. Press in with that right foot. Lift the left leg up toward the sky. Pause here, check in. We'll bring our left hand to hold on to the outside of that left thigh. Right foot's pressed into the earth for support. We're going to see if we can draw that left leg as far back as we can. Maybe you can bring that foot neutral. We might even draw the hands up above or past the knee for a little more depth. We might even climb up the leg. Use your core, draw in and up. Gaze or nose comes toward the knee. Pause, take a big inhale. And exhale, you might walk yourself back down. I have a door in my way, so I can't do this next pose quite as deep, but I'm going to first actually exhale and release the leg neutral. That's always first and foremost. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not yogi style, so we got to check back in. Find that central neutral space, find your path, and operate from that place. So let's bring that left leg out wide. We have the hold of the left leg with the left hand. We're going to draw it out as far wide as we can go where it feels comfortable and take a little pause. Let the stretch you. Instead of you doing the stretch, let the stretch you. Finding your inhale, maybe even let the breath stretch you. Let the breath build your resilience. Stretch your limits, stretch your comfort zone. Refine your character. Find that inhale and draw in, cool air in, open, expand. And exhale, let it go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Go ahead and draw that left leg in. This is where it gets a little tricky, not too tricky, a little sticky, but let's bring that right leg out long. And then we're going to see, because we have the right leg out long, we can bring the opposite hand across to hold on to that inner thigh. Other hand comes down to the mat. Then we're going to see if we can guide that leg over as far as we can to find the floor, maybe on this opposite side. Maybe you feel it here, a little pops. Maybe the gaze comes over the opposite way, or you keep it centered. Just check in and see what feels right for you. Either way, find your breath. Let it just open you. Let the stretch you. And on your next inhale, let's see if we can begin to guide it back to center. Woo. Bending into our left leg. Now let's bring both legs long. So bring both legs long. Maybe you press the heels away. Reach the fingertips up, up, up. Nice big long body stretch. Point those toes. Flex, press the heels. Point those toes. Flex, press the heels. Point those toes. Flex, press the heels. And then bring your arms into a Y or a cactus. Let your feet splay open naturally. Body begins to soften into the earth. Let yourself sink and relax. Your fingertips and toes soften. Continuing to follow your breath as the cool air draws in through the nose. Filling up the belly like a big balloon. Expanding, creating space, and then let it go. Warm air release. Let your body get heavy and soft. Feel free to take this time to yourself in our final resting pose, Shavasana. We'll be here for about a minute, maybe two, if you need to skip. I hope not. This is the best part. Whenever you're ready, you can invite some movement into the fingers or the toes. Feel into any open spaciousness or peace And know that you can take this with you wherever you go. And it's available at any time. If you'd like to bring yourself onto your side, you can come onto your side body with your hands underneath your head like a pillow. Take a breath here. Whenever you're ready, you can press yourself up into a seated position. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope it has inspired you to find your own truth, your own unique sense of purpose, and to follow it wholeheartedly with laser focus and optimism. And don't let anything steer you away from your truth. And if it means returning to it every day, returning to the mat every day, and reminding yourself, then that's what it might mean for you. And I know that's what it means for me. So thank you again for sharing this practice today. Hope to see you again soon. The Divine in Me honors